morning, everyone. I'm Dr. KeeKee. Welcome to the monthly Addicted Anonymous meeting. I see we have a few new people. Would you like to introduce yourself? Yeah, hi, I'm KeeKee.
Hi, KeeKee.
I'm addicted to books. Hey guys, long time no talk. I have missed filming so much, but we are definitely back and better than ever. I went through the worst first half of the year. I was in reading slump after reading slump, and I just mentally was not where I wanted to be. But thanks to a little thing called therapy and medication, we are on the up and up. I have still reading slump be darned, felt the need to still buy books. I would like to preface by saying I did not buy all these books at one time. My birthday is in May, so I used a lot of gift cards and birthday money to get books that I've been wanting on my TBR. A lot of this wasn't with my own money, and some of them also were gifted. So I wanted to say that. I don't want it to seem like that's all I spend my money on, but in reality, that's all I spend my money on. There are quite a bit of books, so get cozy and let's get started. I'm going in no particular order of how these were bought. I'm just grabbing from the pile that I have right here. But the first books that I have here are part of the Zodiac Academy series. And if you've been here, you may be asking yourself, oh my god, did you finally read the first one? Oh my god, I did it. So no, I said, what if I love it and I don't have the other two? And because of what kind of logic is that? I got The Reckoning and Ruthless Fae, and this is the second and the third book in the series. I have really high hopes that I'm going to love it, so I figured I'd like to start buying them little by little since there is 12 of them, instead of finishing one and then being left getting a whole pack or however it may wind up. So yeah, that is the first two books I got. Next is One Golden Summer by Carly Rae Fortune. That is not her name. Oh my god. Can you tell it's late at night? It is One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune. And I have read all of her backlog. I love her books. She makes the perfect summer books. This is her newest release. So I figured to pick it up because I don't think I've ever rated anything I've read by her lower than a 4-star. So I'm really excited to read this summer. I got Enchantra by Kaylee Smith. I read Phantasma, loved Phantasma. I woke my husband up in the middle of the night to pretty much tell him the whole plot of the book. Did he care? No. But did I need to tell somebody about it? Yes, and I did. And so this is the second one, and it follows the FMC from the first book, Her Sister. So I'm excited to read this one. Next, this just came out, Rewind It Back by Liz Tomfordy or Liz Tomford. I will get it right one of these times. I love Rio so much. So I went to Target, and this was the only one they had at my Target. So I'm assuming. And then I looked it up, and this is apparently a special edition, and they're coming out with the other covers for the other ones later this year and early next year, so I'm really excited about. But when I saw it, I just knew I had to get it. I love Rio, and I know I'm gonna love this story, and it's the last one, so it's bittersweet. I feel like I'm gonna hold off on it because once I'm done, and I'm no longer in that world. This is probably one of my top series so far of all time, one of them, and I can't wait to finish this. Next up is a thriller. It is The Tenant by Frida McFadden. I have a love and hate relationship with Frida McFadden. I either really like it or I really don't. And a lot of people said that this is her best work in a long time, and they really enjoyed it. So I picked it up to try it. I'm really excited. I have not read a good thriller in a while. The last one I read I wasn't too excited about, so it kind of put me in a slump. So I'm hoping this one is really good as everyone is saying it is, and that I don't guess many of the plot twists like normal. I plan on probably reading this one sooner than later because I'm still slightly in a slump, so I want something that's pretty easy and makes me want to keep reading so that I kind of can just fall back into the flow of it. Next up is King of Envy by Anna Wong. I have read all of this series except for this one so far. I am so excited because he seemed so interesting. It follows Vuk. Maverick is a King of Sin series, and it's in the same world that the Twisted series was in. And I love the characters. I love how she kind of fleshes them out through her books. It is a chunky boy, which it's probably the thickest out of all of them, but his story was very interesting to me. Kind of the tortured, quiet soul, the scarred up. Beauty and the Beast is kind of the vibes I got from it, so I'm pretty excited to see how these two characters fall in love. And then next, there ain't no haul without Amala Henry. Couldn't tell you why I did that, but she's another auto-buy author for me. I have yet to read anything by her that I rated lower than a 4 stars. She just has a great way with creating characters that you really feel attached to and love, and I'm really excited to dive into this story. Next up, I have the Legacy of Gods series. I read God of Malice on my Kindle, and then I saw these really cool like colored versions at Target, and I picked them up. I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you I know which one is which, so I'm just gonna read them in the order that I have them in my hand. There's God of Ruin, God of Wrath, God of War, and God of Fury. And I really enjoyed the first one. It wasn't my favorite by far, but the other characters that I got glimpses of in this series seemed more appealing and more fun to me to read. And I wasn't originally going to buy them because you can get them on Kindle, but then I just saw, like I said, I saw these really pretty covers, and I just thought they would look really cool on my bookshelf. So those are those. Next up by Ali Hazelwood is Problematic Summer Romance. This is a newer one that just came out. I'm really excited. I read Deep End and I really enjoyed that book. It was my first Ali Hazelwood book, so I figured why not try a summer one by her. I like how she writes her characters, and I like the science aspects that she has in there as well. And I feel like since I loved the last one so much, I'll probably really like this one. Next up, I got 2 collector's edition books. The first one that I got was Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. I just loved how beautiful this was. Have I read this book yet? No. So like I'm hoping I love it. Everyone seems to love it. I feel like it's right up my alley with the things that I love, and Christina Lauren hasn't done wrong yet. So why not just be pre-prepared is kind of how I felt about it. Let me make up excuses, please. Thank you. And then the second one I got was the fine print. I did read this one. This one just has beautiful foiling on it, and again the inside's gorgeous. And I read the fine print by Lauren Asher. Actually, very controversial take. This was my favorite one out of the 3. Next is Rebel Witch. I read Crimson Moth, and so it just felt right for me to grab the next one. I am so excited because it's a duology, so this means it's the end. I'm so excited to see how she wraps everything up as the final book, because the way it ended left so many possibilities and question marks of how in the world are they going to go from dating each other like this and everything that happened at the end of the first one to wind up possibly in love. I don't know. I hope that's how it ends. So I'm really excited to get into this one. Then I have Beneath the Stars by Emily McIntyre. I have not read anything not dark romance by her, and I saw this, and this is an older book. I think it's they just came out with the covers or whatever, but I think this is like an older book by her, and I'm excited to read just a normal romance. It's going to be interesting to kind of see her writing style, how she kind of turned it around in more of like a classic romance. So that's why I got this one. And then Sarah Adams. So I have almost all of her books, and I don't think I've read one yet, but I keep them and I get them because I hear such great things, and I also don't always want a steamy romance. I don't always want smut. Huh? There is a 2% chance that I am not going to want smut in my book when I read about it. I don't know. But there is those times where you just want a cheesy, smiley, happy romance, so you don't have to worry about any of that. And whenever I'm in those moods, I know that she's the person that I'd go to. I need to keep coming up with excuses to keep buying books. So this just, I just need all of you that are watching this to just please bear with me. Okay, thank you. Next, I have One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. I was going to read this actually before I got in my slump and realized I accidentally bought the second one. I have bought 2 Twisted Crowns. So I had to go and actually get the correct first one, and then my reading slump happened, so nothing happened. I'm excited to read this one, but I'm also nervous because I have not heard any middle ground. I've heard you like it or it bores you to death. So it's going to be interesting to see which side I fall on with this one. Next is It's a Love Story by Anna Monaghan. I read Summer Romance by her last summer. Loved it so much. I gave it 4.5 stars. It was one of my favorite books of the year. And I just loved her writing, so I grabbed her new one because I again loved that one so much, and I loved how she creates her characters and how you fall in love with them and they feel so relatable. So I plan on reading this one too this summer. Next up is The Queen, Abby Jimenez. I grabbed Say You'll Remember Me. It was one of her new releases. I honestly didn't think I was gonna get it, and then I read the excerpt inside and it hooked me. She just has a way of, her characters always hook me and I always end up getting emotional in her books, but I'm really excited to read this one. Next up, a newer release as well, Sunrise on the Reaping. This follows Haymitch from the Hunger Games trilogy. I am really excited to read his story. He is my favorite character, so I'm really excited to get into this one to learn more about him and why he is the way he is. Next is Wildside by Elsie Silver. I already read this one at least. It was a 4 stars for me. I really enjoyed this. I love the WWE aspect of it, and I will have more of a review on another video, but I really did enjoy this book. I feel like Elsie Silver cannot do any wrong in my eyes. I don't know the last time I read a book by her that I didn't like. Next is Scythe and Sparrow by Bryn Weaver. This is when my reading slump started, because I think this one came out about February, and this is when I bought it. It's the 3rd book in the Butcher and Blackbird series, and it's the final book. It follows the last brother, Fionn. I'm excited because he was my favorite when they showed glimpses of him in the first book. So I'm excited to kind of see how him and the girl kind of mesh together. Then I have my book of the month. I technically consider this me buying it because I pay for the membership. I also pay for the extra books when there's more than one book that I want. So this Famous Last Words by Gillian McAllister. This is a thriller. I'm really excited about that. I wanted to try to read more thrillers. I feel like I read too many romances to where it becomes so predictable, and I think that is part of my reason that I get into a slump. And then next I got The Favorites by Lane Fargo, and everyone was raving about this, so I decided to add it into one of my picks, and I'm really excited to dive into this story. I think it's just a love story about 2 skaters. So I'm excited to read that. Then also First Time Caller sounded really cute to me. I love a good romance. It sounded different too. I love a romance that's not just the same. They fall in love through phone calls, and I thought that was really sweet. And I'm excited to give this one a read at some point. And then the last one that I got was The Wedding People by Allison Espach. I'm so excited to read this one. Everyone raved about it. It has such good reviews. It has such good raving. People said it's really emotional and really pulls out your heartstrings. So I'm really excited to give this one a read at some point this summer. We only have 3 books left, and these books I didn't buy, friends. I was gifted them. And the first one is Does It Hurt by H.D. Carlton, and apparently my friend wants me to hurt because apparently this is a jacked up book. I have not read it. I was just gifted it. My birthday was just on the 23rd. All I know is there's a crazy scene with some sharks that I don't think I'm prepared for, and I'm gonna go into this knowing that I think I might have to suspend some moral beliefs. Then I got Wild and Wrangled by Lila Sage. Really excited about this one. I've read the first one, did not love it. I didn't buy any of them, so this is the first one that I own that has been bought. I do plan on continuing the series because I find a lot of times, sometimes the first book is never really the favorite of the series, and then you keep reading and you fall in love with the characters more that come later. So I'm hoping that's the case, but yeah. This is the latest one that just came out. I don't know if it's the final one. And lastly, Ruthless Creatures by J.T. Gessinger. I have never heard of this book before, but this one sounds really, really good. From what I've gathered, her fiance disappeared, and some random man shows up to collect a debt that was unpaid by her missing fiance, and then Sparks Fly, and it's another dark romance as well, and it is the first one in the Queen and Monsters series. And my friends, we made it, okay? I was worried for us for a while that we would not get out of this pile of books. I don't even know how many that was, but yes, I have been doing some damage the last 6 months. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm so excited to start filming again and getting back into YouTube. I just missed sitting down and talking to you guys, and I'm glad I'm in a better headspace to do that. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! Where the fuck am I supposed to put all these?